Can we just start off by saying that self-care isn't selfish? Point blank, period. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be bringing you guys a different sort of video. It's not a fashion or lifestyle sort of video. It's my top 10 tips on self-care, specifically for women. I think that for so long we've lived in a world where women cater to everyone else and we forget about ourselves. And I'm so excited that for the past few years now, women have been taking back our power. We've been exerting our power and we've been showing people who really is boss. And it makes me so happy to be alive at this time and age where I can inflict change in the world and on myself and really allow myself to just, you know, be me. And I'm so excited to bring you guys my top 10 tips. Let's get started. So I wrote them down, so if I'm looking on my phone, I'm sorry. So the first thing I have here is to start your day with intention. And by that, I mean, you know, when you wake up, have at least one goal for the day, whether that be just to get through the day or to actually, you know, be a star player at work, to show some love to a friend or a family member or a significant other or even your cat in my instance. That's something that will allow you to stay focused on the day and stay positive throughout the day. And for me, that's very hard working in the industry that I work in. You're constantly getting calls and emails and people want so many things from you. But if you can focus on that one thing that you set out to do, when the day is over, you can say, okay, hey, I accomplished my goal, right? The second thing I would say is to do something for you. And that would be anything that makes you happy, anything that calms you down. For me, that's reading. I love to read, and I feel like these days I don't get enough time. And the thing, I'm reading cases every single day, so I'm not really allowed to deviate from that, or I wouldn't have time to do my work. But when I have a moment, I sit down with a book that I love and I just get sucked in. And if any of you are readers like I am, you know what I mean. Like sucked in, like to the point where homegirl is not leaving until the book is over, right? The next thing I want to tell you guys is to create a no list. Now, this may sound crazy, but I think that we've gotten so stuck in this idea that we have to say yes to everything and that everything has to be, yeah, I'll do it, or, oh, I'll go. You know, sometimes we're just tired. We're legitimately tired. And it's frustrating. It's so frustrating to have to say yes to everything when you really don't have to. There are no's. There are sometimes you're just gonna have to say, sorry girl, no, I can't make that, or I can't do that, or that's not something that I think I'm up for. And that's completely fine. I think that as long as you have a valid explanation, because it's not an excuse, it's an explanation, and you're saying that for my self-care and for my being, right now, it's a no for me, dog. And I am completely okay with that. I've gotten away from that for a while, but I think that, you know, implementing that into my self-care regimen is definitely going to help me a lot, because I've been moving, and your girl's exhausted. Number 4 on my list is to meditate, whether that be for 5 minutes. I try to do this in the morning now when I'm in the bathroom, just for 5 minutes if I'm showering, just to take some time to have silence. Silence is legit key, if you know what I mean. Like, legit key. Just silence. Exactly. the reason it's key is because you never have time to just be alone with your thoughts. And I think that that reason is because many of us are actually afraid of our thoughts. We're afraid to think deeply because we don't know really what's going on in our mind. We're anxious. We have that feeling that there's something going on in there, but we don't really want to delve too deep. And I think that we need to start doing that. We need to start being more in tune with ourselves and personal with ourselves. We're so personal with other people, but reality means to be personal with ourselves. That's the reality, right? To know who you are and to know, you know, what it means to be you and who you are. And, you know, that's where those no's coming, because you know who you are. And you'll only get that through that silence of really talking and listening to yourself and your body. Number 5, to forgive yourself and others. I think it's so huge to take the time to think about the past and move on with the future. A lot of people say forgive and forget, and I believe that you should forgive and you should be, cautious moving on. But I think that reality is that you'll never forget. But if you can forgive and move on, it's so hard not to forgive. And I think that when you harbor all that ill and bad energy in your body, it just kind of sits there and it really holds you back. It holds you back because you're sitting there with this energy in your system that's just not good for you. So just let it go. And I know it's easier said than done. I know it's easier said than done. Trust me. There have been some people that I'm like, listen, right? But you got to do that for yourself. The next thing I have on my list is to spend time with the people you love. I think that's one of the biggest self-care tips that I have for any woman that I speak with, is to spend time with the women you love. There's no greater feeling than just laughing with a bunch of friends and, kicking back and feeling free and feeling yourself around other people. I think that's so key. One of my closest friends, his motto is that friendship is essential to the soul. And I completely believe that wholeheartedly. And I've been shown that time and time again with the friendships that I have. I've removed friends that don't, follow through on promises and things like that. I've just completely become a person that has gone all out for my friends, and that's because of that motto and seeing friends who treat me that way. It's just beautiful, and your girl loves it. The next tip that I have for you guys is to take some time in the bathroom, and that means to pamper yourself. Take some time to really just relax. Maybe take a bath or a nice shower, get a face mask going, and chill out. I think that when we spend some time in the bathroom, we'll have that time to meditate. We'll have some time to have that mask on, maybe come out, lay down on your couch and relax and watch your favorite show. And just, turn out and tune out all the noise, because this is your time. And I think you time is so important. Maybe whether you just take a walk or, you're in the shower for a long time, or a nice bubble bath, I definitely think that's the way to go. A pamper day or a pamper night, or even a weekend. I'm a weekend kind of pamper person. I need time. I need to be in my house. I need to relax and take some time for myself, if you catch me. Another tip that I have for you guys is to create a cozy space, whether that be in your room, your bed, your couch, just a spot that's specifically yours. For me, where I film is kind of my little haven right now. It's definitely my little zone that, no one has influence on. If you guys know, I live with my boyfriend, so we definitely have dual styles going on here in the apartment, but this specific spot is just mine, and it's my space. And you'll find makeup on here sometimes, you'll find textbooks, you'll find cases, you'll find me looking at this globe sometimes. But it's my space, you know what I mean? There are things that ultimately, as human beings, we have, and I think it's that idea that something is ours. And that's not selfish, it's just the idea that this is my little spot, this is my haven, I love it, I can influence it and do whatever I want with it, and you know, no one's gonna touch that space. And I think that's so important. For my boyfriend even, I think his little space is like this little nook on the couch where he can play his video games. That's his space, and this is my space, and I think that's completely fine. We both know that. We both rarely touch those spaces, you know what I mean, because it's just out of respect. We know that those are our safe spaces in our apartments, and we respect that. And I think that, you know, that is a big part of self-care. Tip 8, I would say, is to unplug. Definitely unplug, and whether that be turn your phone off, turn your iPad off, turn your computer off, turn your TV off. I know I can actually get notifications on my TV. That's just wild to me, but no, turn it off. I think sometimes we are so stuck to our phones, and I try not to be. I put do not disturb on after 11 p.m. It doesn't come back on until 7 a.m. and that's just so I can get the rest that I need, you know, and I can spend quality time with the people that I love without, you know, that guilt, without feeling like, you know, I have to respond right away. I have to do all these things right away. I don't feel that way because I don't have the pressures of my phone constantly dinging and ringing and people calling and FaceTiming and Facebook messaging. You don't have that. So if you can have maybe, you know, 30 minutes to an hour a day where you just turn your phone off or put it on cellular, turn the data off, it's just up to you. Or you can just put it on silent simply and not look at your phone. For me, I love to grocery shop, and when I grocery shop, I put my phone on do not disturb because I love to shop, you know what I mean? And for me, it's really important that I do that, and I think it's important for a lot of people. I was actually supposed to be waking up at that time, but no sis, your girl been up. But anyway, like I was saying, I think that it's just so important that we unplug throughout the day and we take time for ourselves holistically, if that makes sense. And the last tip that I have for you guys, and I want to say this is probably the most important tip, is to get some rest. I don't know if I should say it 1,000,000 times, 10 times, however many times. Get rest. I love to sleep. I think I am in bed by 10 o'clock the latest every single night, and that's just because I need that sort of sleep. I need to sleep, and so does everyone else. You cannot be your best self. You cannot wake up with intentions. You cannot spend time with your family and your friends if you're tired and you're not allowing yourself to be your best self. And I think that's why it's the most important tip, because without sleep, you wouldn't be able to do any of these things. And I think that, you know, sleep is key to a happier and more successful life. You're able to do things and you're able to be happy about it and wake up with that, you know, $1 million glow that we're all looking for. So there you have it, guys. These are my 10 tips. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to send me a message or leave me a comment below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!